Hey guys, happy Monday. I was gonna update yesterday, but then I was Skyping someone, and then my friend got back from the weekend. She was gone, and I wanted to get more homework done and la-di-da excuses, so here I am. This week was pretty good. It was kind of me preparing for the fact that I have a lot of stuff going on this week and the next week, and trying to kind of organize myself so that I don't want to die. So we'll see if that works out. Time management, I don't know. But I still did some stuff last week. Maybe I didn't do anything on my calendar. I went to Poe Jam again. I read some poems at that art gallery, and actually I read The Parts of Human Science Can't Explain by Lacey Roop, which I shared with our English class one day. Wait, none of you were in that. Oh yeah, Mary Kate's in that. Or was. Which is like one of my favesies. And yeah, so I read that, and then I read one of my own, and then shared a story, which was unconventional for me because the previous 2 times that I'd gone, I had just read 3 poems, so I thought I'd mix it up. And on Thursday, I went to something. Oh, I went to go watch a screening of what's that thing called? The Dark Side of Chocolate. And it was just like depressing and made you feel like a bad person, but it was about how like cocoa beans are harvested, or like cacao, whatever you say, is harvested in Africa on in the Ivory Coast, and that there's like child trafficking there, and basically that all the child labor is really associated with big companies here like Hershey and Nestle, and that they say that they disassociate themselves with the labor and like the lack of labor law enforcement, but they don't really. So it was about like really enforcing fair trade and stuff, and like the difference between actually being fair trade and then even having the label, because it's become so watered down that blah 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 blah, just the world sucks basically. But what's new? And then to make me feel like the world didn't suck, well, that's not why I went to go see it, but Buddy Wakefield, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a spoken word poet, and he came on Friday, and he was really great. Like, I never really got into him because I think he's kind of and I find that with a lot of male performers, they tend to be really abrasive, and I can't really like get into that. But he was actually like super friendly and just like really cool and like really funny. Like in between his poems, he was really personable and just like making jokes and stuff, and kind of like distractedly aware of things, and it was really cool. So I like immediately came home and wrote a bunch because I was really inspired by this style of writing that he did, and so that was really cool. And I stole a poster. I don't feel like taking it down, but I stole a poster from like one of the places where they were advertising the show. And then on Saturday morning, I went to Colchester Pond for my NR15 class, which is just like the one that's like self-led and stuff. And so we went there and hiked like, I don't know, it was like 3 miles or something, and it was like really nice, like just like not cold enough to be gross, but cold enough to have to bundle up. And there was a like so the person that led it, she was like, yeah, so there's like this really cool thing, and I didn't know where it was, la-di-da. And the thing that it was, oh, do I have the, yeah, so I don't know, my friend told me I wasn't supposed to take this, but I was like, it's literally not a seed pod, it's not going to do anything. But so there's this tree, and it's apparently the only fruiting chestnut tree in Vermont, and the leaves are huge. Like, look at this. You can't really see it because it's like folded over, but it's like really wide, and it's like crispy now, and like the leaves are normally pointed, but it came off, so like this is like as big as my hand, which is huge. And then if you compare it to like a beech tree, which they're both like wrinkly right now, so it's not that helpful, but like they're really cool. And yeah, so like that was really exciting because we were trying to figure out what kind of tree it was, and I was like, well, it's obviously longer than the beech tree, but you can see that the veins are also pinnate, and then the the petioles longer, and all this stuff. So it was really cool to kind of try and do some detective work on that. I'm sorry. And then Saturday night, I hung out with my friend Emily for the first time. That was really cool. We just like talked and walked around and stuff. Yeah. And then on Sunday, I slept in until like 11, which is like the latest that I've slept in since being here. But I did that. And had lunch with my friend, and then she introduced me to someone else, and he was cool. And I don't even know what else. I meant to do laundry, went ahead and didn't do that. Oh, and on Saturday, Friday, I don't know, sometime my like whole hall had a tea party, and it was really cute. And like my roommate has like a million different kinds of tea, so like the RAs combined with that, and Melissa's, and then I brought the pumpkin spice that Abby's given me, so there was like a wide variety, and it was really cute. And yeah, and today I have an interview for the alternative spring break program, which is like you go somewhere and do like service learning stuff, or like community something, or like social justice work, or I don't know, like whatever the theme thing is, I guess, which apparently some of the trips don't have one, but that seems kind of silly, so I don't really know. I think that they tell you like what they're doing based on what demand is, so like you put your top 3 options, and so, or like your top 3 like things that you care about, so I put like environment, education, and gender equality. Not necessarily in that order, I don't remember. And so yeah, and then we have to bring like an object that's special to us, or else like draw something in a box. So I'm gonna bring my poetry notebook. It's just kind of like the easiest thing. And not just easy, but it's obviously, it's really important to me, And then, but I have a new one now, so I'm like, should I bring both, or is that like, maybe I could just count that as one object. I don't really know. Anyways, yeah, and life is okay. Emotionally, I feel pretty fine, and like I started working on my lab report that's due this Friday, last Tuesday, I think, and like seeing other people who have it due sooner than me that haven't started yet, like that, even though it's like not a good thing to compare myself to people, but it makes me feel better that I'm like being proactive, because it doesn't really feel like I've done enough, but then at least I've done more than some people. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out when I'm doing okay. And speaking of doing okay, I was like worried about Spanish for a bit, and I was like not doing super well on my essays and stuff, and then I just got my written exam back. Well, I got it back on Friday, and I got a 96 on it, so I was really happy about that, because it was frustrating to know that I know what I want to say, and like know what I'm doing, and not get the grade that reflects that, and yes, Mary Kate, I'm excited that you got my thing that I sent you. My friend gave me some envelopes, and I have like a million stamps, so I think I'm going to be like mailing more stuff now, which is exciting, because I don't know, mail's really nice to use. Anyways, also it started to all of a sudden be like, surprise, it's winter, and then just like wind and a little chilly, but that's what sweaters are for, right? Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Melanie, the only thing that I like remember from your video is that you looked really freaking cute, and that you got cool socks. So I feel like that's mostly the important things anyways, so you go, girl. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely week.